Should have says you're live. We're live?
Yeah.
Well, hot damn, we're live. All right. Yeah, there it is. It popped up on my feed here as well. Share. Copy link. How you doing, Chris? Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a week.
Oh yeah.
I took a day off yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was my first actual day, my first actual full vacation day this entire year.
Wow.
Yeah, new branch is busy. It's a lot of fraud, a lot of headaches.
A lot of fraud. Is that what you said?
Yeah, burnt the fuck out. Very much so. So, yeah, I have that to look forward to. But other than that, yeah.
All right. Let me grab something real quick. Do you need anything else?
Nah.
All right.
I'm ready when you's ready.
All right.
Because we're live, apparently. And people are looking at me. What the fuck is up with that brown guy? Why is this fucking crooked? That's actually better. Is there anybody out there?
All right. Had to turn off the laptop, my work laptop.
Oh, that was us hogging up all the
Well,
sweet bandwidth.
It could be. Edit post. Tag people. Joseph. All right.
Cool.
Okay. What did we say the number was again?
462.
462. All right. Done. Back. Save. Boom. Not that. Yeah, moving the table itself is going to be very, very tricky.
I just did.
Okay. Okay. You ready?
I guess so.
All right. Live from HWR HQ. It's the 462nd edition of Houston Wrestling Radio.
That's Abel.
And that's Chris. Hey! And if you're watching us live.
Oh, shit, we're trying that again.
Well, I mean, we are live, right? We're actually live this time.
Yeah.
If you're watching us live, thank you so much. You could interact with us by just, dropping a comment here down below on the YouTubes or log into your YouTube account. That way you could chat along with us in the live chat, and then I'll see it here on my phone and involve you as best as I can. So feel free to, just say hi. Involve you as best as I can. Yeah. That's that.
It's been a while.
Oh,
How you been?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Any tells from the road? Working any indie shows? Doing any commentating?
Actually, this weekend is the next Riot Wrestling Federation. Saturday. So it's out in Texas City at the Stuttgarten. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, man. It's
during the day or during the night?
In the evening. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Saturday night. So yeah, come check it out. We are gonna have a kendo stick match for the Riot Championship. So yeah, that's going to be first time ever Candlestick. We also are going to have our first women's wrestling match as well. Chris Carter's going to be in the building, coming back from his stint in Mexico. So pretty cool. Great to have Chris Carter. Going to see Izzy James as well. It's going to be a good show. So make sure you come on out Saturday night. I will be doing commentary or ring announcing or both. I'm not sure yet. I'll find out.
Damn, they put you to do both on shows sometimes?
Sometimes they do, yeah. The last time I actually had to do both. So I was actually sitting at the commentary table with the in-house PA microphone, and I would do the announcing, and I set that down, and then just start do the commentary.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, man, I'm talented, and I can multitask, apparently.
Yep.
How about you, man?
Ooh.
Go to any concerts or any wrestling events or hitting the road?
Anything? My 2025 travel challenge.
Yeah.
5 for 5 so far for May. I flew for the day on Saturday a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I flew to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. And then from Atlanta, from the airport, I got in the rental and I started driving north.
Yeah.
And I drove to Cherokee National Park to drive the Cherahalla Skyway, which was fun. It's a little road between Cherokee National Park and something Hala National Park. I forget what the other name was. And then from there, I ended up at Tail of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I went last year, but I got to go as like a co-pilot. I didn't really get to drive it. So this time I was there by myself. I could be as reckless as I wanted to. I was driving somebody else's car. It was what I needed.
Nice.
No Wi-Fi, no phone signal, just the playlist, petrichor, the sound of the wind rustling the trees. It was good.
Nice.
That's good. And then I flew back literally the next morning. That's all I did. I flew to drive.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Sounds very cathartic.
Very. Quite
Nice.
so.
All right.
June, Scott from Scott is rolling out the Scott carpet.
Oh, yeah?
I'll be in Scotland.
Hell yeah. June. Wait, that's this month.
Yeah, at the end of June.
The end of this
The
month?
last week of June.
Hell yeah.
And then for July, technically, I'll be taking a flight from Scotland back to London Heathrow, and I'll be spending the day in London.
Nice.
So I'll get to catch up on a couple things out there, drink a lot more beer, and then come back. And then the next weekend, all in Texas.
Yeah. Are you going?
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I am. Got some nosebleeds up at the top. Hopefully, I get upgraded because all the other seats in the bottom will be empty.
Yeah.
There are enough of the seats in the bottom.
Hopefully. I mean, I'm not planning on going, but, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all that is tiring, man.
Yeah.
Just as tiring as keeping up with all the wrestling.
Yeah. Keeping up with all the wrestling. That's a hard thing to do sometimes. But we have some wrestling that we need to talk about.
Yes.
Right?
I'm not sure the last time we had this conversation, but what is your priority in your wrestling diet lately, if any?
Bro, I don't even have a priority right now.
So you're
I don't
fasting.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. I haven't watched a whole lot of stuff. I caught the tail end of Raw this past Monday.
Okay.
That was really it. I try to keep up on like Facebook and stuff to know what's going on. I can tell you what's not my priority is AEW.
Ooh.
I really don't give a fuck. Yeah. I was an AEW guy too.
What is it?
Mox.
That was gonna be my follow-up question.
Mox.
Tell me what you don't want to watch on your AEW program.
Mox. Mercedes. As long as Mox and Mercedes are holding titles, I don't care.
What if one drops the belt in the expense of another gaining one?
Maybe.
So if Moxley loses the title, but Mercedes beats Tony.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man. So you say you're done with AEW?
For the time, I mean, like, I really, really, really like MJF still, right? But they haven't really been doing a whole lot of good stuff with MJF. He was kind of backseat to the Hurt Business, and like I kind of like the Hurt Business, but I don't really think that he MJF and the Hurt Business should be together. Like I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Hangman's been kind of like, the Bucks are back, and that's like, yeah. Rajveer, what's up, man? He's joining us in the live chat. Did you watch Raw? Did you watch last Raw? Did you know the wrestler who won for the qualifying matches? Actually,
Yes.
yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about that.
Arnold has a saying on here a lot.
Yeah.
Usually when Charlotte's on the television and he goes, what is it that he does?
I don't know. I'd have to ask
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
I'm almost sure with WWE as a whole.
With WWE, not
Yes.
AEW.
No, WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
And see, WWE is definitely the better product right now between WWE and AEW. Correct? Am I wrong?
You overeat on your favorite food, at some point you're going to die of cholesterol.
Okay.
So you're telling me 3 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. Wait, we're co-promoting with Impact, right? So technically, you're bleeding stories into Impact. So technically, I have to watch Impact also, so I know what's going on. So that's 2 more hours on Thursday. And then SmackDown, we're past WrestleMania. They're still sticking to 3 hours. So 3 hours on Friday. So that's 3, 6, 8, 10. And that's before a PLE and a Saturday Night's Main Event on the same weekend. Right? So that's 2 more hours and then 3 more hours. That's 15 hours of WWE programming.
That's a lot.
How much football do you watch on a weekly basis when it's in season?
Dude, I'll only watch the Texans game sometimes.
So that's 3 hours every other week.
Yeah, at best.
3 hours every other week. 2.5, you're not watching the halftime. 15 hours a week.
That's a lot, bro.
And we've had this experiment before because we're getting into the first big topic. The fucking counter programming. So AEW had Double or Nothing at the same time that NXT decided to put their PLE. Not like early in the day, so that they can have their own time.
Right.
And then after that show's over, AEW fans can have their time. Or people that like both could watch both and not have to worry about alienating one at the expense of the other.
Right.
Did you watch Double or Nothing?
No.
Dang!
I did not watch Double or Nothing. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Highs were decent. Lows were low. Stadium Stampede is both the best and worst match I've seen so far this year.
Really?
There was a lot of interesting things that I saw, and there was a lot of, what the fuck?
Stadium Stampede does tend to do that.
Anarchy in the Arena.
Oh,
yeah, Anarchy in the Arena. Same
Both,
shit. Yeah.
both matches tend to do that.
And you know what the worst part is? I'm pretty sure because they're in the baseball field, they're going to shoehorn another fucking match, another Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
That isn't really necessary because you had one like 4 weeks ago. You're about to have another one. It just like kind of waters
Well,
down.
that's how it's been in the years past as well. They would do Anarchy in the Arena and then a Stadium Stampede almost back to back. I know this happened at least twice.
But Anarchy in the Arena was in May for Double or Nothing. Last year, it was all in London, and that was in the last week of August. They had 3 months there as opposed to 6
the beginning
weeks.
of summer to the end of summer.
Yeah.
Robert, what's up?
Mercedes.
Robert Medlin's in the live chat.
Mercedes is in the finals of the. She won the tournament, so she's facing Toni Storm.
Okay.
Any looking forward to it so far, or is it already like, oh, you don't like Mercedes, you don't want her to win the belt?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't want her to win the belt.
I don't want Mercedes mucking up my Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Robert Medlin says the 2 reasons why I'm still watching AEW. Mina Shirakawa.
I see what you did there.
I see.
I get
it.
Yeah. She took her fandom to Triple H very seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about the game and how you play.
Yeah. Let's see if we could travel back in time. Would you have chosen Hangman or Ospreay to win the Owen? What was the story the last 3 months or the last 6 months of AW programming telling you that you should look for this guy to win the title shot for All In Texas?
If it was just the Owen and it wasn't for a title shot, I would say don't give it to Ospreay. It's okay if you give it to Hangman, right? Because the Owen is special, but the Owen's not. The Owen is a side quest. It's not the main storyline, right? So yeah, have Hangman win the big prestigious side quest. It's a pretty big side quest, but still a side quest nonetheless. Have him win it. Cool, great. Ospreay should be the face of that company right now. And not like the face of the company that Swerve Strickland was when he was a champ, where he was kind of the face, but kind of not. This is his company. That's what you need to do with Ospreay. You need to make Ospreay the guy. Then I guess we're not doing that now. I mean, it could be, we're saving it for another day, saving it for someone else, saving it for whoever. But why at this point are you saving anything? When it comes to AEW. AEW is a sinking fucking ship. And WWE is on the rise, and you have your biggest show of the year coming up with y'all in. Do it. Pull the trigger on that. Put all of your fucking stock into your hottest guy. Do it. Do it now. AEW doesn't have the sense of desperation I think they should have right now. Because their sense of desperation, when they first started, year 1, year 2, we're going to fucking punch everybody in the teeth. We're going to change the wrestling business. We're going to change the fucking world. And they did. And it was cool. And then they kind of rested on their laurels after the pandemic, after they got through staying at Daly's place for forever. And WWE kind of sucked too with the fucking Thunderdome. So it was like, okay, well, they were coasting on being the better wrestling company for a while. And then Vince got ousted. Triple H took over. That's exactly the shot in the arm WWE needed. And now WWE is soaring, whereas AEW is tanking.
I would have wanted Ospreay to win that tournament also.
Okay.
And I started thinking about it. On paper, who would have a better match? Flippy Dippy Ospreay against the brawler, hardcore Jon Moxley, or Hangman that's almost like a Swiss Army knife of wrestling, who's already established having pretty decent matches with Moxley?
Better chemistry, because I would think would probably be Hangman and Mox. You're right. Hangman and Mox will probably have a little bit better chemistry. But I would like to see Ospreay wrestle circles around Mox. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know a lot of people really like Tanahashi. Right? People like Tanahashi. I never did. Because I thought he was kind of like, When we were watching, Ospreay and Omega was like lighting up the fucking ring between the bells, right? And I think I think Okada was keeping up, but I definitely think he would have outpaced Tanahashi. But everyone was like, "Oh, Tanahashi and Okada. That's Japanese John Cena versus Japanese Randy Orton." Mm-hmm. But Omega was almost out-motoring
all of them.
Yeah, all of them. And I think that's what Ospreay is doing. Ospreay's kind of out-motoring all of them. But at least with Okada was keeping up with the new hot freshness, right? Whereas I don't think Tanahashi could have kept up with Omega at the time. And that's where I'm drawing the parallel here. I don't think Moxley could keep up with Ospreay.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about Moxley and Hangman, they're more of each other's pace, and Hangman could go slow down for Mox and speed a little bit and kind of keep up with Ospreay. So yeah, if you're just talking about the match, just the match, yeah, the better match might be Moxley and Hangman. Maybe.
So you say All In's the biggest show of the year. What if Moxley leaves still champ?
I won't go back and watch it because I'm not watching it live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying $50 to see it. I'm not going to Arlington to go see it either. I'm probably just not going to watch it. If Mox wins, I don't give a shit.
We're talking Mox, and I'm already yawning.
Huh?
I'm already yawning.
Yeah. Robert says in the live chat, I'm convinced Mox is leaving Texas as a champ. I seriously think they're waiting for Darby to come back and maybe beat him at All Out.
I don't think it's Darby. I think it is going to end up being Ospreay
eventually,
but just not now. I don't know why I spent all this money, because I'm expecting the 1-2 of disappointment. I'm expecting Monet to win the title and Moxley to retain the title.
Yeah, Raj. I'm not. Raj is like, damn, y'all really sound like you're not fans of Mox. I am not. Are you? Would you say you're a fan of Mox? Am I hating too much on Mox?
I was the first guy to say that they pulled the trigger too late on Ambrose winning the title when he was in WWE.
Okay.
I was at the first Double or Nothing when Moxley debuted. And the Moxley that debuted is not the Moxley we have right now.
Okay.
And I think most of it has to do with the storyline.
I was about to say everything that I harped on earlier. I kept saying in the ring, the match. The story is what's really not.
Yeah.
The story of the belt in the suitcase, and he's got it taken over, and he's like I don't care.
We just had 2.5 years of a group holding a belt for a guy, and now we have another group in this show holding a belt for another guy, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's not working for me. It's hard to distinguish who's waving the AEW flag, because people that were waving the AEW flag before are no longer waving it. I'm looking at the Young Bucks. All the baby faces at one point were Team AEW, and then all of a sudden baby faces were veered off against feuds against other heels. Mm-hmm. And so like the Death Rider stuff, there hasn't really been much compelling to them.
If you look at history, wrestling history, right? That's kind of what happened in WCW. The only difference was that the NWO, who was the cohesive unit that was dominating, was actually kind of cool. People liked the NWO. People don't really like the Death Riders. Right?
Here's the issue.
And you had a bunch of baby faces that tried to go up against them, and the baby faces just spread off and did their own thing. And that's exactly what's happening here. You have the cohesive heel unit and some baby faces that try, and then they fail and they spread out. Sorry, go ahead.
Hot take.
Here we go. I got my hand poised over dinghy for this.
The hottest heel faction right now is the Don Callis family. So why the fuck do we have the belt on the Death Riders?
Wow. Fair.
I'd rather watch Fletcher and Takeshita. I'd rather watch Josh Alexander. Hell, if you put him in the right position, I'd rather watch Lance Archer.
Damn. Okay.
There really is little fluff. With the Don Callis family. And it also, bonus points, you have Callis on commentary, who puts over the competition to make them worth being competitive against who is the better faction, which is fucking Takeshita and Fletcher.
You know, I try to rarely play this card. By rarely, I mean I play this card all the time. As a commentator, as somebody that actually sits behind the mic and commentates on live wrestling, Don Callis is fucking great as a commentator. He is great as a color commentator. And if he were to, at some point, hang up his manager boots, I would love for him to just be a full-time commentator. Mm-hmm. Love. he just knows when to pick his spots and say what he needs to say. And yeah, it might be because right now he's in the role of the manager, so he could be completely biased one way for his guy, and he knows how to put his guy over. So there is a little bit of a technical difference when you're being commentary and you're being a heel commentator. And just doing color and being a manager commentator, it's like you're a little bit further on this side of the pendulum. But like, I think like if he were to do that at some point, he could channel Heenan.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a Bobby Heenan commentator.
God, yeah.
He could. He definitely could. I could see that being like all about the heels all the time, former manager, former wrestler, and just like poking away at the babyface play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can see that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And it didn't help the counter programming. Like,
okay,
WWE, if they're that confident that AEW is going to crash and burn, then just let them crash and burn. Don't give them air. Because that kindling's going to turn into a fire, and that fire is going to turn into a fucking riot. You know, and it's at the expense of an NXT roster that's gaining its footing. They have a solid roster.
Yeah.
But like
it's gotten more glamorous as of this past weekend. Yeah.
But there's so fucking much programming that it doesn't feel like it means a lot. At least to me, you know. We have a lot more of that again this weekend. But before we get to all that, did you watch Saturday Night's Main Event? Did you watch Battleground?
You know, it'd be a lot easier if you just didn't ask me what I watched.
Okay, good. So let's hit some news points.
All right. Yeah, I'll tell you what I watched. What I watched is my Facebook feed and my Twitter feed, and I would get updated from there.
Got you.
Friends and spoilers and stuff
about them.
That's
what I do for WWE because there's so much and you can trim so much fat.
Right.
There's not really a lot of fat in AEW if you only watch Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's hard, man. News bits before we get started.
Okay.
Your favorite memory of Sabu?
Oh, favorite memory of Sabu. I remember Sabu coming down to ROW. I guess back in that day it was PWA, Booker T's PWA, and it was Pasadena Convention Center. And I don't remember who he had a match with, but he had a match, and it was really cool. It was cool getting to see Sabu that close because remember we were always front row. Well, I was front. You were right behind me. No, you were next to me.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you were right behind me. Sometimes you were next to me. Were you there for the Sabu show?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyway,
it was every month.
Yeah.
At some point, it's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah. That was fun. I remember Sabu. I remember when AJ Styles came. I remember when CM Punk came.
I still remember that.
Those were all really good shows.
I remember RVD.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I remember the Dudleys came the first show after the Benoit shit.
Oh.
I remember that.
I know the Dudleys came by a couple of times because Devon's kids showed up because Devon's kids were training with Booker for a little bit
until Devon opened his own school.
And then they did like a talent exchange for a little bit. So some of Booker's kids went over to Devon's school, and some of Devon's kids came over here to Booker's school, and they did so there were several times that Bully Ray and Devon were around. One thing that I really remember was Bully Ray doing his whole shtick of just like saying very vile things to the audience. I remember he was like crossing a couple of lines, like, bro, you are not in Jersey, dude. You're in Pasadena, Texas. Don't say this kind of shit, you know. But he was kind of getting away with some of it. But anyway, back to Sabu. Yeah, Sabu was cool. He was a cool guy. It was a good wrestler to see. It was cool seeing Sabu live there, you know. How about you,
Sabu hitting the fucking leg drop from the top rope to the announce table where Cena was laying, where they were building up to that ECW One Night Stand Part 2, because RVD wrestled Rey Mysterio somewhere that week too, or they had like a WWE versus ECW special on like USA or something on a Saturday night, like a week or two before.
Yeah.
And that fucking leg drop was nasty. It sucks that we didn't get a chance to record between then and now because he passed away like 3 days before the Dark Side episode of his uncle, the original Sheik, aired. And that was an eye-opening experience. How Sheik didn't want to quit wrestling, and he and let his nephew wrestle. And then the next student, Sabu, was his first student, and then his second one was Rob Van Dam, and that's how they became so tight together in ECW.
Yeah.
And then when they inducted him in the Hall of Fame together, Sabu was like, "Hey man, I'm not good on the mic. You mind helping me?" So that's how they ended up having RVD and Sabu together.
Yeah.
But it was an eye-opening experience watching that episode with that in the back in the back of your mind. It's weird because suicidal, homicidal, genocidal. You think death ain't coming for him? I'd be waiting on him. Yeah, most definitely. What about R-Truth? Have you been keeping up with what's going on with R-Truth?
I know what's happened. I know that he's like gone. That he was offered a contract. Apparently, he turned it down because they lowballed him. And yeah, he's gone. And a lot of people are upset about it. Wrestlers and fans both alike. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say a good R-Truth memory because like they're all just so funny and everything just like it's been consistent, right? And I can't remember all of them. I can't say what was the best one. And I've been seeing so many clips of people just like, oh, this is where R-Truth made, Cena break and made Brock Lesnar break and made Randy Orton break and made, so many, like he kept doing it over and over and over and just kept making people fucking laugh when they weren't supposed to. And it was the gift that kept on giving.
A low-key favorite one that a lot of people might have forgotten. It's The Miz, it's Christian, Truth, and they're trying to egg each other on, and Miz tells Christian, Randy. And so Christian tells Miz, Riley. Randy, Riley, and then R-Truth, Jimmy! Oh, fuck. Him breaking Lesnar was my all-time favorite, though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He was turning purple. Like the bro had a match in that promo. He just kept changing color. And he just went with it. Like he didn't care. Like you would think Brock Lesnar, company guy, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
If they're trying to break me, I'm not going to let him. I'm going to just look like I'm going to eat their babies. No, he just went with it. He was just laughing up a goddamn storm.
Yeah.
God, fuck, dude. Yeah. Dude, that's going to be a hard one. But I think that kind of surmises TKO in a nutshell. Like they're trying to squeeze $1 out of every dime. They're trying to lowball people that they didn't lowball before.
24/7 champion GOAT. That's right, Raj. That's right, Raj.
Man. What are you thinking of the roster call-ups so far?
Who all is it? It's
Julia is on SmackDown. Roxanne's on Raw. Stephanie just showed up on Raw. Mariah May's now in NXT.
TKO got rid of their bigger UFC guys, and they are now doing the same with the established talent. Oh, I didn't know they were doing that with UFC also. Thank you, Portia.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you saying? I got interrupted by Portia.
Stephanie, Julia, Roxanne.
Right. Cool. I like all three of those girls. I'm glad that they're on the main roster. I don't know what else to say. I mean, good for them. I hope we can get to see more of them. Although, did you see all that bullshit? I think it was like today or yesterday about
the stalker.
The stalker would live, but also a thing for Roxy. Yeah, that's like, how many days is she dead yet, or something like that? Like, what the fuck, dude? Wrestling fans are shitty. I say that as a wrestling fan. Like, I get the irony there, but man, wrestling fans, what the fuck?
The critics, the hardest critics of some kind of any kind of franchise will always be the franchise fans. The most toxic Star Wars critics are Star Wars fans. Yeah. The most toxic basketball critics are basketball fans. The most toxic wrestling critics are wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And it's the sides that they show sometimes are fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of me does not miss at all going to an indie show and having the 50 Shades of that. No. I'll leave it to anyone in the chat room to suggest any match of the week candidates and see if they can top what we have right now.
Okay.
In the meantime,
I'm gonna Arnold should be coming in here anytime soon.
I'm gonna run through this list in a minute because you probably don't know half of these people.
Okay.
Saturday.
Wrestling fans are the real heels. You're right, Rob.
Saturday at 2 our time. Worlds collide. NXT versus AAA.
That's this Saturday.
Yes.
Oh shit.
2 o'clock our time.
Damn it.
Free on YouTube.
Damn it. Damn it. Okay, I really wanted to see that, but I didn't know like just from when it was announced like last month. I wanted to like, I want to see what this is. I don't know any of the card. Right?
Let's tell you.
Oh, well, please lay it on me.
Start from the top. The main event. Surprise to no one. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I shared this in our group thread. They promoted this match on Raw, and they had the graphic that Vikingo was already AAA Mega Champion, and he hadn't wrestled Alberto yet. So It's Hijo de Vikingo against Chad Gable for the AAA Mega Championship.
All right.
Number.
Man. Now it's Chad Gable, not Grande Americana.
Chad Gable.
It's Chad Gable. Okay. I have mixed feelings about this, and here's why. One, fuck yes, Vikingo. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the title off of fucking Alberto. Whatever.
Apparently, a lot of fans at the arena did not like Vikingo beating Alberto for the belt.
I don't know why. But then again, I'm here in America. I'm not in Mexico. I don't know why the Mexican audience is. I'm not that ingrained with what's going on in the Mexican wrestling fandom, so I don't know why.
Gotcha.
But anyway, but yeah. So I really really like Vikingo, right? And the fact that he's the Mega Champion is really really cool. Him going against Chad Gable, it's like kind of funny, haha. Chad Gable against all the luchadors, and he's going over there to fight the main luchador, the one with the biggest title. Okay, cool. I get it, kind of tongue in cheek. Okay, but also we're talking about the biggest prize in all of Mexico versus a lower mid carder, right? So it's like, is this like? It kind of reveals the hand of WWE and TKO's opinion of what they think AAA is going to be, right? So it's like, their main biggest star, their biggest champion is good enough to fight a lower mid card. So their opinion of like the Mega Championship is here. Because I don't think it's that, the Mega Championship, and we're elevating Chad Gable to that level. No, I think it's WWE is like, this is secondary. This is a secondary promotion. This isn't the world championship that we have here in America. It's the Mexican championship. Oh, pinche Mexicano.
You've had Vikingo sitting ringside on a Raw and on a SmackDown. You've had him show up at ringside at NXT. Not one match to whet the appetite. Not one.
Okay.
To show what a Vikingo is. You want to Google him on YouTube and risk the first video come up is him versus Kenny Omega from Dynamite. Oh, wait, there's this other company. Wait, he does this?
Yeah.
Oh, he did this with this other guy. This other guy does this? Let me see what AEW is cooking. No, you're not going to give him Vikingo once.
Portia says Chad and Stephanie pulling double duty is going to be sick. Chad's not pulling double duty.
Well, it depends if he's got high fiber in his diet.
Yeah. Rajveer, you're right, man. Is Chad Gable really lower mid card? Is he? Is he upper mid card now? Is he main event?
Is he in one of the top 5 storylines on WWE television that is considered main roster Raw and SmackDown?
Top 5?
Top 5 storylines.
Maybe?
I would say he's definitely 5th. Maybe 4th, depending on what you're looking at. I think it's the latter. I think you're seeing Hijo de Vikingo is the best you have, and we have a guy that for 3 years could have been in the main event picture. For some reason someone else didn't want it, and now we have to retrain your brain to show you that this guy can wrestle an American wrestling style. He has charisma, and now he's learning to wrestle like the Mexicans wrestle.
So you're saying they are elevating Chad Gable.
They are elevating Chad, I would think.
You think so? Do you think I'm wrong? It's
In
okay.
this instance, I believe you're wrong.
Okay, cool. I like it when we disagree.
I'll go one step further.
Okay. Gosh, he agrees with you.
I'm at an 8.
Oh yeah, your anticipation level 8. I was so torn. I don't know if I want to be at a 10 or a fucking 5.
I have Gable winning the title.
No way! Gable winning the Mega Championship? The AAA Mega Championship?
I'm trying to look at it from somebody wearing a suit and tie. How are we going to get over the fact that WWE now owns AAA? What is a AAA? Why do they all have the same letter? Who's their champion? Oh, it's that guy.
Vikingo.
He's on Monday. Oh, but wait, his other characters on Friday?
No, don't know.
Gable's gonna be on Raw and SmackDown with the title. Hey, I'm carrying the title for this show.
Okay.
For this show, you need to pay attention to this show. There's 2 more hours in your wrestling diet, and I'm gonna make sure it goes down smooth, baby.
Bro,
Like a Budweiser.
Don't go and put the fucking Mexican World Championship on Chad Gable.
As a true wrestling fan, tell those people that are watching and those people that are listening how Jinder Mahal became WWE champion. And then tell me why my idea or my premonition is out of whack.
It's out of whack because if you're trying to add legitimacy to what AAA has been, you don't fucking bastardize it by giving it to the white guy from the bigger company who's not a main event. Well, okay, you can make the argument that he might be top 5, this and that. Okay, I'll concede that to you. But he's not main fucking event material, right? He's not the top of the card. Okay, yeah, right now he might be top 5 storylines, but not the top 5 wrestler. So no, you just bought this company not to bolster ratings in America. You bought this company to get all of the money that's in Mexico, because in Mexico, AAA has been so fucking dominant for decades, bro.
How many
decades?
How many Mexicans right now in Mexico fucking despise Donald Trump?
I don't know.
How many Mexicans will pay money to see someone beat the shit out of Chad Gable every week in Mexico just for Gable to barely get it out? And then next month we do it again with the next guy. And the next month again with the next guy. One of these wall crawlers has to beat Chad Gable.
Chris, do you remember
the time?
Do you remember when Whataburger was sold to a company in Chicago?
I didn't give a fuck. I still got my Whataburger.
You still got your Whataburger?
I still got my Whataburger. Okay. I had it yesterday.
All right.
Actually, I had it today.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I saw when I was driving through Georgia? A Buc-ee's. Did I cry over spilled milk? Fuck no. Okay. I went in there and got my $1.20 large ass thing of fruit punch with pure sugar. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Gable winning this.
So you
I have Gable winning
You
this.
think that the Mexican diehard AAA fans are going to be okay and in fact become more fervent in their fandom if Chad Gable beats Hijo de Vikingo? Is that what you're saying?
Are we having this event to leave a mark or just to have an event?
You want to leave a mark. You want to
how do you leave a mark?
Legitimate AAA is to the American audience, but also give AAA their fucking flowers.
There's 4 other matches on here. They can get flowers in 4 other matches.
Man, I don't know.
You got Vikingo winning.
I got Vikingo winning. Robert says Vikingo versus Ludwig on Raw would have been a killer introduction.
Porsche, Los Tóxicos.
Toxic Marks en español. Los tóxicos.
Los tóxicos. El comentador.
Sí.
El rayado right here.
Sí.
El rudo. From the bottom, 6-man tag from New World Latino World Order. Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro teaming up with Lince Dorado from the Cruiserweight Classic against Octagon Jr., Mr. Iguana, and Aerostar.
Aerostar.
Yes, Aerostar.
Oh yeah.
Just wait till the WWE audience gets a good hard look at Drago.
Yeah.
Well, no, let's wait till the NXT neighborhood, the cul-de-sac, gets a look at Drago. That's a 6-man tag.
Just to be fair, before we move too far away from the Vikingo match, HWR says I got Vikingo winning. I don't think Chad needs this win. He's already in the Money in the Bank. No, he's not. Grande Americano's in Money in the Bank.
Spoiler alert. One of the alter egos needs something more than the other. And I'm telling you right now, 4 eyes to 1 eye. Chad Gable needs to run over these Mexicans more than Grande Americano needing a briefcase. There's someone in that match that needs a briefcase more than Americano. And we're
running over Mexicans.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. 6-man tag. I'm at a 7.
You make more than $35K a year, and now all of a sudden you're too good for the fucking Mexicans now.
80. I still go to Taconazo.
Oh yeah, here you
Every
go.
now and then.
Every now and then, Pete.
I'm at a 6. The
6-man tag.
Yeah.
The team that Aerostar is on, I want him to win. That'd be pretty cool. I'll go with a 7.
Okay, I'm at 7.
Okay.
Legado del Fantasma against Hijo de Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano.
I don't know Pagano.
I don't either. I don't think I do.
I know the other two.
There's so many good matches for Chad Gable to have mastering the lucha arts, and Psycho Clown's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Gable versus Psycho Clown could really
could be work. Yeah.
So that's I've got the AAA team winning this match.
Okay.
I've got the Eco and Psycho winning. Stephanie Vacker and Lola Vice against Chick Tormenta and Dalis.
I don't know either one of those girls.
I don't either.
Yeah.
No. I know Lola Vice.
Yes.
I'm at a 9.
Oh God. Just
Vacker's winning.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll go with about an 8.
Show stealer for our last match.
Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Yes.
Javon Evans.
Yes.
Ray Phoenix.
Yes.
Laredo Kid.
Yes.
For the NXT North American title.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. 9. I'm at a 9 for that. I think it'd be really, really cool if Laredo Kid wins that.
It's funny. I haven't seen enough of Laredo Kid. He's probably what's keeping me at a 9.
Well, if you were to say that you're going to take the AAA Mega Championship off of an actual AAA wrestler, why not swap titles? Put the North American title on one of the Mexicans.
I like that idea.
Yeah?
I do like that idea.
Okay.
I think Javon made us.
It would be interesting though to see Chad navigate. To see him navigate as being Chad with the AAA Championship, but Grande Americano running around with Money in the Bank. Can you imagine Grande Americano trying to cash in on Chad? How does that work? They would have to do some fucking AI bullshit camera trickery.
Yeah. Both Ethan and Javon left the mark on, I think it was last week's SmackDown.
Okay.
Man, if Javon were to win in front of that audience, take the belt from Ethan, they have a blood rivalry going still.
Yeah.
You know? But I like your idea of Lince. I think Ray Phoenix right now isn't winning any kind of title, even if it's the Mexican title.
Right.
That's 5 matches. That's Worlds Collide.
The Grande Americano would have the AAA Championship. No.
Number for the whole show.
Oh, damn.
I got 8.
8.
I got
Yeah,
8.
8.
I'm definitely watching this.
8.
Okay, so since you can't stop talking about him, let's
Okay.
get right to it.
Okay.
Men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Okay, here we go.
Rollins, Penta, Grande, Solo Sikoa, Andrade, and L.A. Knight.
Yeah. It's Money in the Bank. It's always fun. It's always a good car crash spot fest match that is always the match itself is always fun. These folks, I would like out of these folks, I'm leaning towards Penta. Like I really think Penta running around with the Money in the Bank is a good fit because it gives him a little bit more. He's not bad at promos. He's surprisingly good at promos in English, but he needs something else to round him out even more and make him more of a threat. Because we all know from his time in TNA, or excuse me, AEW, that he's badass in the ring. He's got the badass music now. He has his brother, so if they really need to, they could have a reunion of the Lucha Bros, right? He has all this stuff, and he's doing good enough on promos that he could get by. But if you put the Money in the Bank briefcase on him, now you really have an S-tier fucking superstar running around.
And up to 12 months to marinate with that.
Exactly. So you don't need to necessarily put him in the main event going up against, fucking the Gunthers of the world and the Cenas and the Jey Usos of the world right now. You could marinate him for a good 6 to 9 months, pick a spot where maybe if Jay goes down, right, has an injury or something, right, and then you could fill in with Penta. That's almost there. You need a little more. Yeah, I can see Penta having a good Money in the Bank briefcase run.
We here love Penta at Houston Wrestling Radio.
We do.
It will all be for nothing if Rollins doesn't win this briefcase.
You think so?
Rollins has to win the briefcase to solidify the heel turn, to solidify joining with Heyman, to solidify bringing in a guy on his group that the last time he saw him tsunamied him more than Japan. And they're on the same team. And you got Breaker, who he doesn't even need the music. They bark at him. So all that is for nothing. And I could even, and here's the part that I didn't get the chance to ask you because you're just waxing poetic about Penta.
Sorry.
We've already established that Punk still has something to do with Rollins. We still haven't settled Roman and Rollins. I'm expecting Rollins to try to cash in every other week and Punk or Roman try to get in the way. And then the one time that Seth tries to cash in, Roman's about to spear Seth. Roman accidentally spears the champ. Seth wins without even having to do anything because the people that hate him so much that they gave him a title.
Wow.
You can solidify the entire being of whatever the Heyman Hustle group is.
Yeah.
He has to win that match.
There's
storyline. There's no other person that needs it. Penta's awesome. He doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase. He can have this. He can have the same run he's doing now, and if he wins the Rumble next year, no, we don't need to look that far. We don't need to look WrestleMania far. But if he wins the Rumble next year, that's your man. That's your hombre. You don't need the briefcase for that. Okay. Rollins' whole thing right now is fucking moot. If he's looking for power. He doesn't have the power right now because he doesn't have a title. He's not getting title shots because he's busy beating up CM Punk and Sami Zayn and now Jey Uso. So if he's not getting title shots, how is he going to get a title shot? He has a guaranteed one in the briefcase. He has to win that match.
So it's funny because your argument for Rollins is my argument against Rollins. This new group that he has with Paul Heyman and the Funky Bunch now, he doesn't need a briefcase. He has Paul fucking Heyman, and he has 2 world destroyers at his side. They'll figure out a way. He doesn't need a briefcase. He doesn't need this. He's an architect of another new faction that is going to run roughshod all over the division all over Raw. I don't think he needs it. And I think Penta does need it.
I don't think Penta needs it, to be honest. You know who needs it?
Well,
LA Knight.
Robert Medlin says, I feel like LA Knight needs to win the briefcase. He's really in danger of losing the fans' attention. You know, that iron has been hot and cooled and reheated and on the back burner for a while.
Because they have him feuding with, and no disrespect, they have him feuding with people that are cooler than him.
Oh, shit. People that are cooler than...
Dude, LA Knight's fucking awesome. Eli Drake is fucking awesome. Once Jacob Fatu rolled in, and LA Knight feuded with Jacob Fatu, and LA Knight lost the belt to Jacob Fatu,
I mean...
now I'm all about Jacob Fatu. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob Fatu got that Riz.
Shogun Nakamura was cooler than LA Knight at some point also when he lost the belt to him the first time. Like, he's losing a lot of his cool edge. And it's almost like I feel like it's too late right now for LA as a face. He needs to do all the shit that he does now, but as a heel to make him cool again. Because that's the problem with the fucking wrestling fan base right now. They're cheering all the bad guys.
That's always, bro. That's not anything new. That's been since the fucking 90s. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, but there's been glimpses. But right now, it's like, fuck, Jacob's cooler, man. And he's not even in this match. Sikoa, Sikoa's in this match. I just realized something.
What?
You remember that one time
that
Austin Theory cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase on the United States Championship?
I remember that.
You telling me Sikoa's going to cash in on Fatu to further their story? Because he did it out of love.
I mean, maybe. That'd be so whack, though. That'd be so whack. It was whack when Austin Theory did
I would rather have Solo cash in on the NXT champ than cashing it in on a mid-card title. On a mid-card title. I don't care if he cashed it in on Valkyria.
Yeah. Raj says, do you feel that's more of him being the favorite, though? I think he's talking about Rollins. Oh, yeah. I don't think Rollins needs the briefcase to win the title. Yeah, exactly. Robert says Punk and or Roman is screwing Seth.
So what about?
Okay. So you think Roman will stick his nose into the Money in the Bank match?
Gable loses to Vikingo.
Yeah.
Grande cashes in on Vikingo.
Oh my God.
Cashes in on Vikingo. That's the American that Mexicans will pay money to see get beat up. Grande Americano is your mega champion. I would cheer Del Rio at this point. I'm already cheering Gunther. I'm halfway there.
Okay, we have Bret Hart in the live chat.
Wow.
What's up, Bret? I have an autograph of you right there. Yes, I
loved you in The Simpsons. When are you going back?
Yeah. So Bret says Chad wins the AAA championship. Oh, Grande wins the Money in the Bank, cashes in on Gable. Yeah, that's exactly what Portia said earlier. That Chad having the title, but Grande Americano having the Money in the Bank and trying to cash in. Yeah, that would be. How would you do that? It would have to be fucking AI or camera trickery, you know? Have somebody else put fucking Tozawa. Put Tozawa in the Grande Americano fucking mask. And have Tozawa beat Chad Gable as Grande Americano.
Wasn't it like 3 weeks after Cody won the belt, he had an in-ring promo with Chad Gable and was like, look where we came from. I was Stardust.
Yeah.
You were Shorty G.
Yeah.
Now you're here in the ring with the world champ on your own as yourself.
Yeah.
Just for Cody to win the belt back. and then get beat by Grande Americano.
Oh God! Started at the bottom, now we're here. They did it with Sandow. They did it with. How did they do it with Sandow? What does he mean? They did it with Sandow. I remember Sandow had the briefcase. Who did he cash in on?
Cody lost.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought he meant the thing where like a mirror, where basically like Chad versus
Sandow and Mizdow.
Yeah.
And then they did that once with Dolph Ziggler and our Truth being Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. I have no fucks for Andrade, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about it. Like, why is Andrade here?
I'm sticking to my guns. My first pick is Rollins. Rollins has
Sandow and Elias? Wait. But no, yeah. Well, okay. But to have them have a match at the time, right? Like, you would have to have, like, some sort of, like, green screen bullshit happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Ethan Page against himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Rollins winning.
I mean,
who you got winning?
Penta.
You're picking Penta.
Yes. That's what I said when I first fucking started talking about this. Fucking Penta. Elias with his brother Ezekiel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you mean now. But yeah, that was with the fucking trickery of the green screens and whatever and all that. Which they can do, but like, come on. No, later when he's got a year, bro. He's got a year. Back burner, give it 6 to 9 months. Have him not even come out with a goddamn briefcase.
I say that every year, and now you're finally on my bandwagon.
Yeah.
Don't even bring it. Have us forget. Try your best to have us forget that you're the Money in the Bank person. Commentary shouldn't even bring it up. Surprise. Like legit surprise. All that's left.
Yeah.
Because they've done the WrestleMania stuff. They've done the same night stuff.
I can't see him doing the strut holding the briefcase.
No.
Yeah. Andrade and Penta are probably going to be the highlight favorites of the match, putting on a clinic.
What about Americano?
I wonder if Penta and Andrade have had run-ins in the past. Do they have chemistry? Have they fought before?
Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes against John Cena and Logan Paul. Tag match.
Who and who?
Uso and Cody Rhodes. Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes against John Cena and Logan Paul.
Former tag team champions.
Yes.
Jey Uso versus Cena and Logan Paul. Sick.
On paper, this should be an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
You have both your world champions in this match.
Yeah. But it's a tag match for nothing.
So what if we...
Both of your world champions are in a tag match for nothing.
What if we start the pay-per-view with the men's ladder match and then we end the show with that? And you have both the champions in there.
Okay. So it's an excuse to have the champions laid out for the Money in the Bank.
And then Jay's wrestling Gunther this Monday. So he's already going to be softened up for whoever wins the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay.
I got Cena and Paul winning.
It's a tag match, so they don't see a super big blood feud. So I don't think that either one of the champions are going to be laid out enough to where the Money in the Bank person can cash in on them that same night. I don't think that's going to happen. So again, that lowers my interest level on this match.
Okay, so number
5.
Who's winning?
The faces.
Okay, I got the heels winning.
Okay.
Rematch, Lyra Valkyria.
Two champs in a briefcase. Chaos. Yeah, I get it, Brett. I get it.
Valkyria and Becky Lynch rematch for the Intercontinental Championship.
Did Valkyria already get her ass whooped by
She beat her 1, 2, 3, and then she got beat up right after the match. I'm at a 5 for this.
Yeah. 4 even. I don't care.
Becky's winning.
You know, if Lyra Valkyria actually beats Becky, not on a fluke roll-up win or something like that, like clean win, I'll be so pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh shit, we're actually doing something with her. Cool. I'll be happy.
Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vacker, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and Julia. Your women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
9? This is really fucking interesting. I have no idea who to pick. I mean, default knee jerk, mommy is always on top. But I could totally see any one of these other girls, probably any one of these other girls. Anyone, yes, any one of these girls win and have that briefcase. So Rhea, yeah, of course. Roxy, yeah, that's a good sleeper choice because she was fucking dominant in NXT. She has a briefcase. Again, same thing like with my argument with Penta. You have time, leave the briefcase on, sure. And Stephanie Vacure, same thing. Alexa Bliss, oh, that'd be interesting. Sure, why not? She's former women's champ too. Okay, cool. Naomi's on a streak now that she had that heel turn, and she's already said that she's kind of on her last leg. So why not fucking give her the briefcase and maybe a women's title run before she leaves off into the sunset?
Her women's
Julia,
run,
same thing.
Her women's run will culminate in a triple threat match with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade to tie off that entire story from last year. You can tie that off with Naomi.
Yeah.
I think
I'll be happy if any one of these.
Naomi.
You're gonna pick Naomi.
I'm picking Naomi.
I'd be happy if any one of these girls wins that briefcase. Any one of them wins, I'm happy.
You can do anything with these
There's
winners.
so many options.
Roxanne wins the briefcase, and she has the key to the kingdom to Dominic's heart. And that drives a wedge between him and Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep bringing them chicken nuggies. Keep bringing them chicken nuggies and tendies. That's all you got to do.
I haven't seen the Stardom stuff of Julia as a heel, so I've heard a lot of people say they want to see it. Fuck it, I want to see it too.
Yeah. There's so much newness and shine in this match, which is the exact shot in the arm that the women's division needed. Because we did say for a while, I want to say even fucking as recent as January or February, it's like the women's division's kind of stale.
Yeah. Now
it's not. With these three girls, fucking Roxy, Stephanie Vacure, and Julia. And then the heel turn with Naomi, fuck, this is all fresh. Alexa coming back, that's fresh. Rhea never got stale for me in my eyes. I know that there's some people that do have a little bit of Rhea fatigue. I don't. I still like this. This seems like a fresh ass match.
I do have one nit to pick.
Okay, what is that, sir?
I believe all 6 of these women should be in this match. You know what would have made it just that much better? Chelsea Green. Even if there's 7 women or 8 women, as opposed
we've
to
had 7 or 8 person
we've had before.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, like, dude, Chelsea needs to have one of the women's world titles right now.
Okay.
I can see Stephanie going for the IC title in the meantime.
Okay.
But dude, I got Naomi winning this. I'm picking Naomi.
Naomi. Okay, cool.
This show only has 4 matches announced so far. They might announce one tomorrow. I mean, Fatu hasn't wrestled yet.
I'm having such a hard time trying to pick. So basically,
Money in the Bank is such an easy choice.
Money in the Bank is an easy choice.
Mommy in the Bank.
Mommy in the Bank.
Mommy in the Bank is such an easy choice.
It's an easy choice, right? But it's been done before.
It's
right. No, I don't mind it being done again.
The question is, do you give Mommy the briefcase at the risk of her becoming that Yahweh Charlotte with Rhea?
Maybe.
That's like you said earlier with other talent. Rhea is an example of someone that doesn't need a briefcase.
Yeah.
She's there to be the muscle to make other women look better, to bounce off of her. So
that's a good point. I agree. You don't necessarily need to put that on Rhea, but Rhea's just that good. So when I'm trying to pick who I want to get to win, it's really, really hard between Stephanie Vacure, Roxy Perez, and Julia, because I can make the same argument for all 3 of those girls.
Let me help you.
Right?
I'm going to make an argument against Alexa Bliss. Right now on television, her storyline is with Charlotte. If Alexa wins the briefcase, that means more of
Yeah.
Alexa and
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Right.
And we want less Charlotte.
Yes.
So no Bliss.
Yeah.
Which means they're giving it to Bliss.
I still would like for Bliss to win it, just as long as she's not for sure going against Charlotte. But which also means, if that's the case, that means Charlotte is champ.
Yeah.
So not only is it more Charlotte, it's more Charlotte as champ. Which and then that leaves Naomi. Naomi? I mean, I kind of don't want to pick Naomi because you already picked Naomi, but it kind of makes sense because the other three, the three new, quote unquote, new girls, they all kind of have the same thing going for them. Mm-hmm. Either one of them, if either one of them wins, that's going to be fucking cool because, hey, it's a new girl running around with the fucking briefcase, and all three of them are great, so I'd be happy either way, but how do you pick between the three? Right? It's a coin flip. If you had a 3-sided coin, right? So I don't know. Maybe the idea would be Naomi.
Overall for the entire show, number
7.
8. Yeah.
Rajveer, women's Money in the Bank might be better than the men's. Yeah, it's very possible. Hold on. Okay, we were gushing over who could win and who could have the title and who could cash in and the ramifications. The actual match itself. I think I remember you saying something about women's ladder matches and how you don't like women's ladder matches, at least recently, because they don't seem to go as hard. They seem to
they take a lot longer. They take a lot longer to put up the furniture because it's heavier for them than it is for men. That takes up a lot of time. The women are a lot more obvious with some spots. Like they sit there waiting for minutes for something that we know that's going to happen, or someone that we know they're going to catch them, and they don't have impact in a lot of their hits. Less is more.
But when you were giving that criticism, it was on a preview for another women's ladder match. That women's ladder match wound up being pretty good, and it didn't
Chelsea
suffer.
Was in it, and she ate a lot of that shit.
You're right, but she didn't suffer. The match didn't suffer for what you were predicting.
Yeah. So
I think maybe they fixed that, and maybe some of these girls, these was the new breed.
Can lead.
The new breed.
Julia, strong style. Stephanie, strong style.
Yeah. I mean, Naomi, maybe not. I know.
Ripley.
Mommy could bang with them in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that criticism won't apply to this match.
We'll see. I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I gave it a 9.
Let's
see here. Don't forget Jordan Grace imminently coming to the roster. Yeah. Jordan Grace coming to the roster. That she's also a fresh face. Thank you, Robert, for that one. I know you meant Grace, but briefly thought you were talking about my niece. Now I'm just picturing her trying to catch it. Oh gosh. Okay. Portia, you're silly. Yeah.
AEW. Next week.
What do we got about AEW? What's going on?
We had 4 hours last night.
Uh-huh.
They had Dynamite and Collision back to back.
Oh shit! Really?
This coming Wednesday, Dynamite and Collision again back to back. Summer Blockbuster. Ospreay versus Swerve 2.
Ooh.
On free telly.
Ooh.
Number
8.5.
9.
Okay.
Who you got winning?
Ospreay.
That Ospreay winning too. Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens. That's the same face I made when I first heard that.
8.
Yeah.
8. This could be a good showcase for Bowens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Tony Storm against Julia Hart.
7. It's Julia Hart.
6-man tag. Speedball, Commander, and Kevin Knight against the Hurt Syndicate.
Who the fuck is Kevin Knight?
The Jet?
The Jet?
Yeah.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, shit. You've missed his debut in all his matches?
I guess so.
Okay. Young black kid. Flippy Dippy.
Yeah.
From New Japan. Super Junior.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good?
Right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does what 14 people on the roster already do, but he looks good doing it.
All right. Okay.
Next Wednesday.
Is he in the House of Half Black?
I don't know.
Okay.
Next week. La
Next.
semana después.
Otro semana.
Dinamite. Grand Slam Mexico.
En Mexico?
The only match announced so far. Mystico versus MJF.
Místico.
The original Sin Cara.
What's the story there? Is there a story, or is it just, hey, this sounds like it's going to be a good match?
Challenged him.
Why did MJF challenge Místico of all people? Okay. It could be interesting. 6.
7.
Okay.
So we had some counter programming in the last AEW pay-per-view. We're having it again. So WWE tried not once, not twice, but thrice.
Mm-hmm.
They have Saturday night's main event on Saturday at night in Atlanta.
Is there going to be a main event?
I don't know yet. I don't know. So rumor has it, I don't know where this rumor came from, or I might have missed it. This is Goldberg's retirement match in Atlanta.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right.
And he apparently injured himself too?
I don't know.
I thought I remember seeing that he was training for this and he injured himself. Okay.
And so then
Bret Hart in the light chat goes, oh boy.
So then
Bret, I know you hate that one. I know you hate it.
So then Sunday, the next day after Saturday night's main event, they're doing Evolution.
I thought I had the other Bret autograph. Oh, there's the other Bret autograph right over there. Is that off camera? No,
Evolution. All women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Across the street from the Beyonce show. All-Star Weekend.
Across the street from the Beyonce show.
Yeah, All-Star Weekend is in Atlanta.
All-Star.
NBA
All-Star?
Yes.
Oh, it's like you're talking about real sports.
No,
not
NBA. NBA is about to finish.
What the fuck are you talking about?
MLB.
MLB All-Star show, and Beyonce's going to be there, and across the street is going to be Evolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't get it right that time. So there's an NXT Stand and Deliver that's going to be airing the exact same time as All in Texas. 3 shows of WWE programming. We already did the math in the beginning. For anybody that missed it, let me catch y'all up. 3 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. Wait, so we have to watch Impact to keep up with the WWE people. That's 2 more hours on Thursday, and then 3 more hours on Friday. That's 10 hours a week already. WWE diet. And now we're adding 2.5 hours for NXT. We're adding 2 more hours for Saturday night's main event. And then we're adding 2, if not 3 hours for Evolution. What the fuck?
Oof. It's a fucking whole ass part-time job. Just for WWE. Not counting AEW, not counting AAA, not counting fucking Japan.
Could you consider any of those 3 shows serious if they're all happening on the same weekend? If everything is important, is anything important?
No?
All in.
No? Yes?
That's a lot.
That's
a lot of fucking programming. And you're charging $150, $200, $250 a seat.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Talk about splitting your market, man.
Yeah. The really poor get gymnastics. The really rich get story time. And there's no middle.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's ooh.
That's the next week and a half.
Oh, wow.
We get 2 shows on the same day on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raw, Jey Uso defends the title against Gunther.
Gunther.
That's a
What
hate.
was the deal with Gunther deleting all his WWE stuff off of his Twitter?
A lot of people are pissed of the way TKO, apparently that's the devil in the room, the way TKO handled the R-Truth firing. Because no one has a bad thing to say about R-Truth.
Right.
And Carlito's also leaving. His contract's not getting renewed either. And I thought there was a third person. I forgot. But dollars and cents, you know.
So what's that have with Gunther? What's that have to do with Gunther?
The Miz did the same thing. He took off a lot of WWE references off.
Oh, so it's like a protest?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to spring you a surprise here before we go.
Miz wiped his account too. Okay, yeah. Okay. So they're doing this in solidarity then.
Yeah.
Miz and Gunther and whoever else.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little fun before we go.
Okay.
I didn't tell you about this at all, but
Oh,
I've been
shit.
holding on to this for
Oh
weeks.
my.
Chat, get ready.
Oh shit. Oh no. Why are your pants off?
Look in the mirror and until you're Mexican, because you, sir, are playing push, keep, fire.
Oh fuck. It's been a long time.
Rhea Ripley,
Oh.
Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez. All three of Dominic's women. Gotta push one, gotta keep one, gotta fire one. But not as the company man, but as Dominic Mysterio slash Guerrero.
Man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay.
For anyone that's not aware of this game, it's our version of Fuck, Marry, Kill. You normally push one to the top of the roster. You keep someone because you don't want to lose them. And then by default, you got to fire somebody. But in this menage a quatre, so 3 girls in Dominic's life, past and present. Got to push one as your main girl. You got to keep one as your side piece. And you got to let one go because one man's trash is another person's fiance.
Oh God, I'm going to get so much shit for this. I'm going to keep Rhea. I'm going to push Liv, and I'm going to fire Roxy. That is not happy. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I don't like
Ladies,
it.
feel free to play along also.
I don't like it. But yeah, I keep mommy. You gotta keep mommy. You gotta keep mommy. I can't get rid of her. I can't push her because she's already kind of the top of the card. Liv, give me more Liv. I want more Liv. I want Liv to be at that like she's almost there. She's not quite there. She's the top of the card. She's not transcendent yet. She can be at some point. So that just leaves Roxy to go away.
Someone got my answer in the chat.
All right.
I can't let you see it.
All right.
I
Go.
am pushing Roxy
Okay.
because she fits in my pocket. I'm keeping Rhea
Okay.
because sometimes I need to be reminded that life can peg you. By default,
Wow.
Liv's going back to Hooters.
Wow. Liv's going. Damn.
I've had enough crazy white girls. Liv, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And Rhea wasn't crazy. She was crazy for Dominic.
That's true.
Liv's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Roxanne, she's short. You can put that crazy in place.
So you had Robert Medlin's same answer.
Robert Medlin's answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Good stuff.
I'm curious. I'm pretty sure Bret Hart's not going to play along because his push keep fire. They're all black.
Right.
So, and I understand completely.
Yeah.
Like if I was in Bret's shoes, I wouldn't play this game too. I'd rather have what Bret has.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, horses with Medlin.
Wow.
So push Roxy, keep Rhea, fire Liv.
Oh boy, I knew I wasn't gonna get any fans off of Brett goes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is why they call you the excellence of execution.
Yeah. Because execution's going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows where his bread is buttered.
Homework for next week or next time.
Homework.
One question
Ah.
because it's flooded the internet.
All right.
If you want to keep our truth
Small, mean Latina women are my downfall, says Robert Medlin.
if you want to keep our truth so fucking bad, then you pick someone on the roster to fire.
Oh, shit.
We'll talk about that next time we record.
You want to keep our truth so bad. Wow. Who you going to fire? Damn. I like that. That's a good one.
That, my friend, unless you have anything else.
Y'all talking about my play niece. This ain't right. Yeah, I know. Get rid of LA Knight for truth. Woo! Yeah. Wow. Get rid of LA Knight. Get rid of Shinsuke. Oh, wait.
Would y'all be this mad if it was Karrion Kross?
No.
He's getting reactions. I'm not sure where they're coming from. He's getting reactions.
Yeah.
And they're getting louder.
Yeah.
And then he did not get put into his Money in the Bank match when Gable had 2 chances.
Yeah. So
unless Gable wins it and Grande wins it and drops it to fucking.
That's gonna be so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We'll
talk about it next week.
Are we good? Next week? Next week?
Well, not next week. Next time we're
on. Okay. Well then, adios, my friends. Keep it classy.